Hey everybody, this is Danny, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, coming at you from my new bedroom and my new growing space. And I'm here today to give an update to the MIG Grow Off 2022. Before we go ahead and get into that though, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead, click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up. And just so you know, we're trying to hit 4,000 watch hours as my goal on this channel by the end of March. So, it would really help me out if after this you go on and watch another one of my videos. Check out some of the MIG Grow Off 2022 videos from my teammates. Hashtag that sauce. So if you guys go into the YouTube search box, type in MIG Grow Off 2022, you're going to find a playlist of all the other creators that are in this challenge. It's been a lot of fun just to see how much you can grow or how creatively you can grow in just a 5-gallon bucket. So let's take you in and take a look. So this is my new seed starting area. Since I've moved, I don't have my grow room anymore. I used to have a 6x8 3-season heated sun porch that had just beautiful light. So it was the perfect place for me to start seeds, and I don't have that here. So what I've done is just used things from around the house. I do have a video on it. I'll put a card right there, so you guys can go ahead and check that video out on how I made this, but it's just a rolling shelf rack that I got from Amazon. I used the cardboard box from a refrigerator and lined it with some aluminum foil, bent it around my shelf. I've got my Fairy Morse T5 grow lights, and I'm ready to grow. So let's take you in. I'll give you a look at what I already have in the bucket. I've got some very overgrown seedlings in here that need to be added to the bucket, and we will go from there. These are looking a little sorry. I don't have the timer set up on my lights yet, so there were a couple of days that I left the house. I did not turn my lights on. It's bad. Plus, these radishes really did not love transplant. I will say the bok choy is looking nice. Some of the tango leaf lettuce is recovered and from transplant, and they're taken off, although that one, I think that I might just pinch and take out. But this bok choy is loving it, just loving life. So we'll leave those. And look at this mess. Oh my goodness. This was supposed to be the ruby red leaf lettuce, and I guess you can kind of see the color change starting in here. But when I grew these before, they definitely changed color a lot sooner. Maybe it just has something to do with the grow lights and all of that, but they are very overgrown in these poor little pots. So I'm going to take just a couple of these, just the couple best ones, and we're going to put them down in that pot in some of the places where either radishes failed or, you know, they just aren't taking off, something like that. Here we have some basil that finally has taken off. Look at that. So we're going to take the two best and we're going to transplant those in there, and then the rest of them I'm going to use at the end of this video, and I'll show you how. Now, I said that I had also planted a 42-day tomato and a Space Master cucumber, and none of them came up. Well, I planted another set of seeds, and we got a lot of tomatoes, but I have selected the best one. That is definitely ready for transplant. And we got really lucky, and we have one Space Master cucumber. So we're going to transplant that in there as well, and I'll show you the bucket when we've got them all put together. It's definitely going to be crowded. It's going to be cramped. There's a lot going on here, but we'll make it work. And I actually do not have, I don't have my trowel or anything because, you know, I just moved. So I've got to use my hands, get down in there. Get this 42-day tomato here. Nice root system on this baby. Just gonna slide it in. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do, instead of just putting it in, is I'm gonna actually knock some of the excess soil off of here that doesn't really have the root system down in it so that I can dig just that much deeper. Get this little baby. Ugh, I'm splashing soil all over my other plants here, but that's all right. Get them nice down deep in the soil. Oops, sorry, little bok choy. We're burying you there, but that's okay. We'll fix that. And lettuce. So we're gonna get that tomato all the way up there. Some of that extra soil tuck in around. Gonna bury it all the way up to those first little baby leaves. That's a good start. So we've got our tomato in there. So here's where we get to the point where we're gonna sacrifice some of what is in here. So we have some of these radishes, they're growing all right. Some of these bok choy growing all right. This lettuce doing okay. This radish here is half dead. So we're gonna sacrifice that one. And this little baby bok choy has not grown a bit since it's been in here. So those two are just not strong enough. This one too. So we're gonna cull those. We've got a couple of lettuce, we've got a few bok choy, we've got some radish. And if it comes down with it to the radishes, I mean, I can always re-sow those because they're radishes, they're gonna grow up really fast. So we're gonna dig down deep here, make a big enough space, and I'm trying to not disturb the roots around me. We're just gonna get this little baby cucumber right on in. Humble up some of the soil that's not holding any roots. At least not many. I'm gonna try to make this as small a, oh yeah, there we go. And we're gonna save that pot and soil to use elsewhere. Get that cucumber nice and tucked in. All right. So, radishes, bok choy, lettuce. I got one more lettuce to get in here. Oh, and I gotta get this basil. Can't forget the basil. You want to talk about root bound? That is a lot of lettuce there. And the easiest way for me to do this is not to go tugging at the roots. I'm going to try to separate these two plants, just their leaves at the top. I'll figure out which one of these is the bigger and better of the two. And it's this one. So we're just gonna, instead of trying to disturb those roots, we're just gonna cull the rest of those plants. And I'm going to rinse them and I'm gonna eat them because we don't want that going to waste. We had a radish over here that did not make it. We culled that out. So I'm just gonna, whoop, that was a little bit too much pop, but oh well. So I'm gonna pop this lettuce here. So yeah, we had a radish that didn't really make it over there, so that left me a nice hole for this lettuce. We got that radish, we got this bok choy, radish, bok choy, and I got one more lettuce up in here. Again, we're not going to try to separate all these roots. We're just going to find the best plant. I'm going to get some snack out of that. because why waste it? I'm gonna get myself a little hole over here. Tuck that lettuce right on in. And there we go. And I have hopefully not disturbed the roots of everything else. Oh, this radish didn't make it either. So that's a perfect place to put my last bit of plants. And I'm not even going to separate these. I'm going to keep all 3 of these basil because I like them. They're all nice, three nice little plants. And yes, we are overcrowding. That is kind of my MO. I'm gonna pop those down, tuck them in. Try not to bury that lettuce there with what we're scooting back over. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sweep this floor. 42-day tomato, Space Master cucumber, radishes, 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 bok choy, bok choy, bok choy, tango lettuce, ruby red leaf lettuce, and some Genovese basil. What I have to do now is figure out how I'm going to get these lights down closer to my pot. I can't really raise the pot up very much just because of the way it is. It's, you know, got a thinner base and I don't have anything that's going to lift it up. And I can't get these lights lowered down because they're the Fairy Morse grow lights and they are on a stand. So I will have to figure that out, but that's going to have to be a problem for tomorrow because it's getting late. I've got dinner in the oven, and now I'm going to show you what I did with those extra basil sprouts that did not make the cut and make it into the pot. All right, so I did say I was going to show you what I was going to do with the little bits of basil that did not go into that grow bucket. So, woo-hoo-hoo. You guys hear me talk all the time about my angel hair spaghetti squash. This is it. This is one of my little spaghetti squash babies. And I harvested this back in October, November. And it's still beautiful. So we're just gonna shred this up. What I did was I cut it in half. I rubbed it down with some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and salt and pepper. Flipped them upside down, baked them. Hot, 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 hot. Baked them for about 40 minutes. So now I'm gonna just scrape up these sides. Woo! I'm gonna speed this on up so you don't have to watch it all. Watch me burning my fingers. Then we're gonna make the magic happen. Throw in a bunch of cherry tomato halves. These are store-bought. Disappointment. There we go. Throw an extra one in there. And that basil, that baby basil. Wish I had a little bit more, but we will take what we can get fresh from our own growing at this point of the year. Then throw on some Parmesan. I like Parm, I need the tang. So good. A little bit of mozzarella. And I'm going to go throw that back in the oven till the cheese bubbles. And there we go. Look at that. Mix that up a little bit. Oh yes. Fresh baby basil, cherry tomatoes, a little EVOO, some Parmesan, mozzarella, and spaghetti squash that I grew in the fall. Amazing, delicious, and I'm gonna go eat. See you guys next time when we grow more wicked awesome food from yard or my bedroom to table. Bye-bye.